Friends, gather round and let's talk about government waste. We all hate it. It's like finding a moldy clementine at the bottom of your lunch bag. Unpleasant, and raises questions about your life choices. Enter DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, headed by none other than our meme lord overlord, Elon Musk. DOGE's mission? To sniff out wasteful spending and eliminate it with the ruthless efficiency of a Roomba on a rampage. Their weapon of choice? A self-proclaimed wall of receipts, a website showcasing all the money they've supposedly saved by canceling contracts and slashing budgets. It's the kind of bold, brash move we've come to expect from Musk, who clearly got bored with electric cars and sending billionaires into space. But like a late-night infomercial promising washboard abs with just 5 minutes of this one weird trick, things aren't quite as they seem. Because friends, as we'll soon discover, this wall is built more on shaky foundations of exaggeration and error than solid bricks of fiscal responsibility. Buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the chaotic world of DOGE's spending cuts. Now, who doesn't love a good receipt? It's proof you didn't just imagine that questionable hot dog purchase at 3 a.m., but DOGE's receipts. Well, they're about as reliable as a weather forecast from a magic 8-ball. The New York Times and NPR took a closer look at DOGE's claims, and boy did they find some discrepancies. Remember that $16 billion in savings from canceled contracts DOGE proudly trumpeted? Yeah, it turns out it was closer to $9 billion. Still a hefty sum, you might say. But wait, there's more. The claimed savings have been steadily shrinking ever since, like a snowman in a heat wave. DOGE has been caught red-handed deleting and altering contract entries on their website, making billions of dollars in savings disappear faster than a bag of chips in front of a stoned college student. NPR's independent review could only verify a measly $2.3 billion in actual savings. That's not just a rounding error, folks, that's a canyon-sized chasm of inaccuracy. And don't even get us started on the errors. We're talking billions confused with millions, the same cancellation counted multiple times, and even taking credit for contracts canceled years ago. It's like your grandma trying to claim your high school soccer trophy as her own. DOGE's response to these glaring inconsistencies? Blame it on the federal agencies, of course. It's always someone else's fault with these guys. Now, when you're dealing with public funds, transparency isn't just a suggestion, it's the law. But DOGE seems to have taken the ignorance is bliss approach to governing. They've gone to great lengths to obscure details and make it harder for anyone to verify their claims. When the New York Times tried to dig deeper, they were met with the bureaucratic equivalent of a shrug and a trust use bro. The White House, when they weren't busy trying to figure out how many Doge coins it takes to buy Greenland, cited security concerns for the lack of transparency. Apparently, letting the public know how their tax dollars are being spent is a matter of national security now. For a brief shining moment, DOGE did something unexpected. They accidentally left some grant identification numbers embedded in their website's code. It was like finding a $20 bill in your old jeans, except instead of buying pizza, the New York Times used it to fact-check DOGE's claims. Naturally, DOGE quickly realized their mistake and scrubbed the information because God forbid anyone actually hold them accountable. And the best part? They've been quietly revising data after errors are exposed, hoping nobody would notice. It's like changing your grade on your report card and hoping your parents don't remember you failing math. Spoiler alert, they always remember. Section 4. Real-world impacts, from halted projects to halted lives. So, DOGE's accounting might be shakier than a Jenga tower built by a toddler, but what does it all mean in the real world? Well, apart from making accountants weep into their calculators, DOGE's actions have had serious consequences. We're talking mass staff cuts, projects left unfinished, and essential services hanging by a thread. Remember that infrastructure bill everyone was excited about? The one that promised to fix our crumbling roads and bridges? Well, DOGE decided some of those projects weren't efficient enough and pulled the plug. Scientific research? Education programs? Nope, not efficient enough either, according to the efficiency czars. And the worst part is, we only know the tip of the iceberg. DOGE's wall of receipts only shows a fraction of their cuts, making it impossible to assess the full damage. What other vital programs and services have been sacrificed at the altar of DOGE's misguided crusade? One thing's for sure, while DOGE might be saving a few bucks on paper, they're costing us dearly in terms of progress, livelihoods, and basic government functionality. Section 5. Elon Musk efficiency guru or chaos muppet. Now, no discussion about Doge would be complete without mentioning the man behind the curtain, the Doge father himself, Elon Musk. As head of Doge and presidential advisor, Musk has been the driving force behind these radical changes. He's publicly defended Doge's every move, urging us to look at the receipts and trust him, because he's a billionaire genius, and what could possibly go wrong? He's admitted that Doge will make mistakes, but hey, they'll fix them quickly. Because nothing inspires confidence like the admission that you're essentially flying blind and making it up as you go along. But let's be honest, this isn't really about efficiency, is it? It's about control, disruption, and satisfying Musk's insatiable ego. He's like a bull in a china shop, except the bull is wearing a rocket-shaped party hat and live tweeting the whole thing. Section 6. The White House. Silent as a Dogecoin mine in a power outage. So, you might be wondering, where's the president in all this? Surely he must be aware of the chaos unfolding under his watch. Well, the White House has been eerily silent on the matter. They've dodged questions from the press, ignored requests for comment, and generally acted like Doge is a smelly sock they found under the couch and hope nobody else notices. This deafening silence speaks volumes. It suggests that either they're completely oblivious to what's happening, entirely possible, let's be honest, or they're complicit in Doge's reckless actions and too afraid to take responsibility. Either way, it's not a good look. The American people deserve answers. They deserve to know how their tax dollars are being spent, whether vital services are being gutted, and why the White House is treating Doge like a rogue AI they can't shut down. Section 7. Doge efficiency dog or rabid badger. So, what's the verdict on Doge? Is it a lean, mean efficiency machine streamlining the government and saving taxpayer dollars? Or is it a runaway train, fueled by hubris and bad data, careening towards disaster? Based on the evidence, the answer is pretty clear. Doge is less an efficient watchdog and more a rabid badger let loose in the halls of government, biting, scratching, and leaving a trail of chaos in its wake. Their wall of receipts is built on a foundation of sand, their claims riddled with errors and exaggerations, their lack of transparency is appalling, and their real-world impacts are devastating to communities and individuals across the country. And through it all, Elon Musk, the self-proclaimed champion of efficiency, presides over this mess with a mix of arrogance and incompetence. Doge's chaotic approach to government spending is not just inefficient, it's dangerous. It's undermining public trust, jeopardizing vital services, and setting a dangerous precedent for future administrations. It's time for the White House to stop hiding behind silence and take responsibility for the havoc unleashed by their efficiency-obsessed attack dog. Because the last thing we need is for Doge to become the new normal.